guys, let's get started. Alright, first I'm gonna make a little mark in the middle where I think the middle is. I think kind of right here, and I always like to check then if I am correct. 4/3 and a 4/3, so I'm super duper. Alright, so we split the middle. I'm gonna make 2 big pockets on here, just nice big pockets. Or should I do the half? Wait just a second. What's the half of this? We also can split this in 2. Always check the 4 and a 4. Alright, so you even can make a line if you want. Yeah, I think this deep pocket is nice. That's what I had in mind. Not had in mind, but I think it will look amazing. I'm gonna put my glasses on just to see it a little bit better. Alright guys, let's grab some black papers because we're gonna first make 2 nice pockets. So I'm just gonna use my pencil mark because I don't like measuring. You all know that. Let's just start with some people hate doing that, what I do, with not much measuring, but that's how I work, that's how I do it. You don't need to follow me. It's your own free will to follow my tutorials, my follow along videos. Maybe I even can't make it a tutorial word, but this is just how I work, guys. Not much measuring. Hate measuring because I always mess up if I measure things. So that's alright. So I'm just going to use my full one, my A4 paper, and this is for the bottom. Okay, and now I'm just going to grab my base page. I'm going to put this at the bottom and I'm going to make my mark. No measuring. You can measure that if you want, but I don't like that. So I'm just going to make the same mark right here. Now this one we can cut down. Yep, don't throw this away. And now I'm just going to make a flippity flop on this side. I assume that I can make another one. Let's just give it a go. I'm just gonna wait. Let me first start with 1 pocket. Let's keep the focus on our first pocket. Burnish this down, grab your base page, and now we follow this little mark nicely to the left. Make a mark, and now I like to score on the left side of this mark, so not on the mark. We're just gonna give it a little space. So I'm gonna score. I'm just gonna put my mark right here. I do have a line right here. I'm just gonna put my mark against that line. So I'm just gonna score on the left side of my mark. Yeah. And then we are just cutting. And see, I do have space for another pocket. Okay, just throw everything around. Okay. Alright, but let me first focus on this first pocket. Alright, also what I like to do first is put some tape on. I think I'm gonna catch a cold, guys, because the weather was so cold this weekend. And we had our little birthday party last Saturday. So we always celebrate our... Oh, I really need to sniff my nose, guys. So sorry. We always celebrate my hubby and my birthday together with our friends. And since my hubby just finished the update of our, it's not a man cave, we just have a wooden little house in our garden, a garden house, and there he built a bar inside just for personal use, just to celebrate our birthdays, because we don't like to sit on a table, not on a table, we don't at a table, celebrating with our friends. So he built a bar inside. Oh wait, just a sec, I would definitely want to show you that, the after, when everybody was away. I just love it. And wait just a sec, and I don't think there is any is there any noise with it? I don't think so, but it is so cool. Alright, so I'm going to show you the after video, when everybody went away, and yeah, wait just a sec, it's so cool, it's so cool, look at this, look at this. Okay, so my hubby's already cleaning up, and we had a candle right there in the corner, and this wall still needs to have beautiful things on it, so we still look at all the glasses. So much fun. I really like the dark. So we have an old fruit machine, and here are my my treasure huntings from the flea market. So cool. I really love it. So adorable. And there is my hubby already cleaning up. So yeah, that is our new updated bar. So we had a wonderful Saturday, but it was really cold. I don't know why that was, but because the next day so it was beautiful weather. But okay, in the evenings it is getting colder and colder each time. So my left pocket, and now I'm going to place my right pocket. I already made that hinge on this side. I'm not going to glue it down just yet. Just put this on the right side. Now I'm going to make a mark, and again I'm going to stay on the right side of my pocket with that mark. So I made a mark on the right side, not on it. Okay, so you don't want to bump into. And now I'm going to make my score line. And that score line, I also want to have this a little. Wait just a second. What did I did? The score line. So yeah, now my score line I want on the right side. So this one is gonna get a little tiny bit smaller, I guess. Let me just. No, actually just exactly the same. So you also can use this, your previous pocket. See that? That's what I meant. So I made the mark, and as you can see, I definitely need my score line this time on the right side. Okay, let's do that. So this way, you will get two pockets that has plenty of space on that page. Not bumping into each other or whatsoever. Hello, girl. Alright. Here we are. Here we are. Yeah. Okay, and now we can just cut the corners. Here we go. And then we have our next pocket. Okay, testing. One spot, and if you move these to each other, look at that, and then I still have plenty of space on the left, and well, plenty. I do have a 1mm space on the left and the right side, so it fits perfect. Don't glue it down just yet. Alright, next what we are going to do, we are going to make a flippity flop page, so it flips down for this one right here. Yeah, just a full one. So we're going to grab a new page, a new piece of paper. God, I keep sniffing my nose. I think we can make 2 out of this. So I'm just going to cut the same size as these pockets. So I'm just going to measure first one with a mark, and then I'm just going to check it out if this will work on this one. Yeah, this one is this the same? It just has to be, oh no. Oh, there is a little difference. There is a little difference because this one is bigger, as you can see. Alright, then I'm gonna make another mark right here. So that's cool because I just have 2 different ones. But that's okay. And yes, if you did measure, then maybe you have 2 the same ones. But that's not how I work. Nope, it's not. I don't mind. I love working like this with the marks. It saves me so much headaches. Alright, I'm gonna make a flippity flop. And then this was the biggest one, so I'm just gonna place this on here, make a mark at the top, and cut it down. Alright, just to keep in mind that which one this is the 2 ones. Now I'm gonna grab my next page because this one was a little bit smaller. So I can use my mark that I made previously. Now I'm gonna make a 1/2 inch hinge for the bottom. Fold it down. Grab your pencil, put this at the bottom, make a mark and cut it down. Yeah, it can be that simple. Alright. A nice extra flippity flop. And this we can add on, I guess. So let's just put some tape on. By the way, guys, what do you think about my new nails? Do you like my new nails? I went last Friday and she asked me, what do you like to do with your nails? I say, oh, just make something nice with it. And she asked me, what kind of papers are you going to use? And I showed her, let me see, I showed her this one. And I showed her the other one and this one because I wanted to show her this green. So these 2 I showed her. And then she came up with these. It matches, so cool. So I really like it. So look at that. So the green is inside here. And these flowers are in here. God, I love my nail stylist. She is amazing. So while we were talking about my boobs, because that is a subject that I really am into lately, and she recommended me to not go to the hospital but to a private clinic, because they are way more personal, and she did not say that they are better, but that they might be more personal and more into showing some sympathy. And as I had a very bad experience the first time, and I don't know how long it is that I went for the first time to the hospital for that, but I bet it's longer than 10 years ago, absolutely. And so since I had a bad experience the first time, let's say 10 years ago that I went, I really had a bad feeling to go again to the same clinic, maybe I do get the same doctor, I don't know. But I really had a bad feeling, and while I was telling her that, she said, then don't go. Just cancel that appointment, because it was 5 weeks waiting. Not terrible, it's just normal waiting here in Holland. It really is a long time before you get an appointment here in Holland, but okay. And wait just a second. Okay, so this will go in here. Get to my project. Alright, so this folds down. Alright, now I first need to make, otherwise I can't put anything down. I need to make, because I want to have a open piece, but I don't know exactly. So I'm going to be safe. I'm going to make 2 pages that goes to the left and to the right, but we definitely need to make some space, guys, so remember that. Now first, I'm going to grab a new page, make the same size as this one, and I think we can make 2, yeah. Okay, let's cut this down. Okay, oh god, I need to sneeze. Wait just a second. Okay, let's give this a fold line. Now, how deep do we want? I definitely won't need space, guys. I need space. So, shall we do a 1/4? God, that is... But I definitely want to have the space. So, I am going to do a 1/4, guys. I'm first going to do 1 page, so to see if I have enough. Alright, so my first fold line, and then I'm just going to grab my base, put this at the end, and make a mark where your mark is. But before I'm going to make that mark, I'm going to make a mark that's 1 millimeter off. So I'm going to stay on the right side, see that? A little bit on the right side, just for 1 millimeter. Alright, let's cut this down. I think we can make now the other one too. There we go. You can put right away some tape on. There we go. And now let's make the next one. Definitely the first one is a 1/2 inch and the next one is a 1/4 extra. Then again, fold your first fold line. And now you can take the other one with you just to show you. As you can see, I stayed nicely on the left side. So I think I just like this one also. Just that one little touch on the other side. And that leads us then, cut this down. What you then have is a 1 millimeter space in between. I have. You don't see that in with black, but if I just put this on the left and this on the right, see, then I do have a little space, and that's what I like, not bumping into each other. All right. There we go. Okay, now we can put something on this page, because now we do have plenty of space. Alright, so just remove a little spot right here. Watch where your page is. You also can unfold it to see it even better. Alright, I like to move this at the bottom. Is this so much off? Oh my gosh, no. Is this, it is? Why? Did I, what went wrong here? Wait just a second. Why is this so much off? This is, oh my gosh. Why? Alright guys, I need to, I totally miscut this. So let me check. Let me have a check. Which one? Yeah, this is. Well, sometimes it also is the fold line that it's not correct, but this is a good one. It's a 4/3/4. 4/3/4. 4/3/4. Okay. Well, let me fix that. This is off, guys. Don't know what happened here. Let's put this on my cutting, and my cutting said that it's straight. This one is straight. It's this one then. This also says it's straight. Which one is not then? Huh? Alright, I have somewhere an error. And I don't know exactly what it is. Okay. Let's give this a go. I am so off. I am so off right here. Glad I did not burnish it down just yet. This is definitely not gonna work, guys. I'm afraid that I am gonna ruin my page totally, because now I can't move a little because I put my tape off. And I do like to move a little. Okay, let's give this another try. Straight, straight. Straight, keep it straight. Yes. Okay. Now I have glue and tape, so I definitely need to wait for this to dry. Alright, see? It all can happen. Everything can happen. Okay, but if I move this, yep, this nose is straight. Now let's go to this part. It is, I have no idea what is wrong with me. I thought it was not straight at all, and now I do see that it's straight. Maybe it's the fold line. I have no clue. But it's straight, and I'm just gonna put this on. Now let's see. Put this nice up, and with up I say that this needs to be nice and straight. Yeah, this is as straight as hell. Okay, oh sorry, I did cut. Oh my gosh, what an effort. Alright, so this is our top page for later. But now let's go inside, and now we can apply our first pocket. Stay away a little for the fold line. Well, just a little, guys. Just a little. Does not need to be that far because you have that upper. Alright, so you do have space for that. Now before I put the rest, I definitely want to see if this will fit. I hope. God, it is just a tiny freaking little space that I was not aware of. That's the little space. See that here I just have that 1 millimeter that I glued a little to the left, and that's now my issue, that I don't have actually enough space. But it is a fraction actually of nothing. So can I fix this? Well, of course I can. With just a little effort. Okay, guys. And that's just the thing that some of you do like. That I make mistakes. And of course, mistakes can be solved. So I'm just gonna place this on my scoring board. And it is a fraction. It is. So I'm just going to score another score line. And of course then you need to cut this one also a little shorter. So I'm just going to do that. You also can use your ruler and your knife, of course. Alright. Now I'm just going to cut also a little tiny bit right here. See? And now I can fold this around. And it is not easy. I know. I'm so sorry that I put you through this. Just the first one is double, but we can do this. Oh yeah, here it goes, just take your time. I'm so sorry that I put you through this. So it's very important that you put your outside pages totally on the edge, or maybe I just could start first with the outside pages and then measure these pockets. Alright guys, my mistake. Here we go. This one can still a little, does not bump into these. Alright, see? We fixed that. Just a little more effort. Okay. So put this nicely to the other side, and then we have plenty of space on the left. Nothing, there is nothing that cannot be fixed. So don't panic if you think, oh, I did something wrong. Well, there is always, and I could, in the worst case, I just made another pocket. Alright, so yeah, that could be done, but it was not necessary. But that was in the worst scenario, that you just needed to make a new pocket. But it was not necessary. It was not necessary at all. Thank God. Thank God, thank God, thank God. There we go. Burnish it down. Alright. 2 nice pockets and an extra flippity flop. Alright guys. Let's grab a new page. This is too short. So I'm just gonna grab a new page because this is also too short, so I definitely need to make this because I want to make another flippity flop. Yeah. So our first one is a flippity flop 1/2 inch. Go. Okay, and now we are going to measure. You can put this back so you will see better, because we're gonna make a flippity flop that's still on the outside of this, so don't overlap this, okay? So completely on the left, and then we're gonna stay with our mark on the left side of our pocket. Alright, and I'm just gonna cut this down fully because we do need 2. Here we go. And then you just, for the first one, make the same one as your pocket. Cut it. Okay, so this one is for here. Exactly. And then this is going to be, just let me flip this, is going to be the same size as this one. I'm just going to mark it just to be safe that I don't mess up. Alright, so and then this goes right here. Yay. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to place some tape on. Right here, and in the meantime, I was telling you about that private clinic that my nail stylist was mentioning about, and it actually made sense so to me, and so I called my doctor to ask if that is a possibility, if I can call a private clinic for that, and he gave me a yes, and he sent the letter to that new clinic, and now I have, don't be surprised, I have Wednesday already, so it took 5 days instead of 5 weeks, that I have an appointment, my first appointment, to see if it is that necessary to have that surgery. So, oh my gosh, 5 days. Oh, I'm so happy. My mom will go with me for the support. She also went to me with me with the first appointment. So I'm so happy that she is going with me again. Not that I can't go alone, but sometimes it's nice to have some mother support. Especially because she has exactly the same boobs. She knows how painful everything can be, but she is on, and I told her, so why you don't, shall we do this together? And she told me, well, no, I have an age that I don't want to do it, but if I had your age, if I was 50, then I definitely would do it too, because now these days it's not a big issue to do this. So I understand. She's 72, so I do understand. Alright guys, we have a flip up, flip down, and a pocket. That is cool. We're gonna place a tag in here that keeps this closed, and for this, well, you also can make, but no, you also can make a thread closure for this one, but I don't like that. What shall we do with this one? I also could make this smaller and then a swing tab. Not a swing, yeah, swing tab. But then you have such a small piece, and I don't actually like that. Let me first make a nice tag that fits in here. I think a nice booklet. A nice big one, 4.5 by 7 maybe. Let's just do that first. A 4.5 by 7 booklet. So it means that I'm gonna grab my cutter. 4.5 by 7. Okay. Let me score 4.5. Fold it. Cut it and cut it. Let's check it out. If I like the size, I always like to start big because you always can do smaller. Alright, that's the logical thinking, I think. Alright, so we have our pocket. So what I like to do is put your nice booklet inside, so this does not flip up. But then we still need to find a way to make this nice, and we can do that with the help of this tag. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But the next possibility is to put our booklet inside and make a closure on here. Just a nice two. But I don't like that way, because I like surprises. And if I put this tag in here and you open this up, then you don't see right away that there is another flip up down below this tag. So I do like the surprise. So I'm just gonna think of something to make a closure for this one. I think I'm gonna use the tag for that. Swing tab. Swing tab can work, but you don't make a swing tab on a, oh, I have an idea. Alright, I'm gonna make another one, 4.5 by 7 booklet to put in here, and then I come back to you. Okie dokie. Okay guys, we're gonna make a, let's say, we're gonna make, I call this a name tag for this booklet. A nice big one. So this is a nice size. So just put your booklet inside, and then just need to. Okay, so this is my top one. So to just show you, and then just, oh my god, I can't show you this. So this is my booklet. that is in my pocket. And I'm just going to make this nicely around, maybe a 1/4 all the way around. And this one, of course, you know this is the end of my pocket. So this is a little bit how I measure things, guys. I don't like to measure, but this is how I like it. And then I'm just gonna watch how big it is. And now I'm gonna tell you. Alright, so mine is a 2.5 by, yeah, a 3/7/8, guys. It's not completely a 4, a 3/7/8, and that's 3/7/8 by 2.5. That's the one that I'm gonna start with in black. I'm gonna start in black with that. So it was a 4. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible in remembering. A 3/7/8. A 3/7/8 it was by 2.5 that I remember. So that is my base. And of course I need 2. So 3/7/8 by a 2.5. Alright, that's my base. Now I'm gonna grab a lighter color, and that's the pearl gray that I like to use. I'm just gonna cut this a little smaller. What I like to do, just fold this in half so you have 2 the same ones right away. And then I'm going to cut my mark. Place this on. We can switch the paper later. But we start with this one. Just a nice little black edge. Okay, another layer is going to be on here. Maybe you have something in your, this looks actually nice, but I'm not going to be too much picky. But I really like to have something popping out, so I think I'm going to use this one for the edges. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 2 little square ones, or one is maybe actually perfect. That could have done also. I don't know if that's easy, so I just use this one. And then I'm just gonna place this on. Yeah, I am that picky. It's not that handy though. This is absolutely not handy. But but I'm just gonna do it. It's not handy. God, why do I make this so difficult? You also can just place a full piece on it. Is that not the same thing? No, I don't know. It's not the same thing. It's definitely not the same thing. So I'm just going to take my time, as always, because I'm picky. And I love to have it perfect. Oh my gosh, what am I doing right here? I think what I also can do is just, I think that's easier, because we do need the thickness. Why not cut this one, another one, a little bit smaller. And then just, wait just a second. See, this is so off. Oh my gosh. What am I doing right here? Oh my god. Let's see. Sometimes I have that too, guys. Even with my Fiskars. Even with my Fiskars. Just my fault. I just needed to place this down correctly and then cut it down. So that's just my fault. Now if this one is not straight, then then you will die with laughing at me. See, it is straight. Alright, and now I think I'm just going to put these on. I still can leave just a little edge, just a tiny little bit. It is so much easier. So much easier. Because, and we also do need a little bit of the thickness to make a swing tab, because yeah, we're still making a swing tab. You also can place a little double-sided tape if you don't want to mess too much with your glue. I think the next one I'm going to do with tape. But you also like to move a little bit, that's also true. Alright, so this is going to be on here, definitely. Go. saw that I did not have enough glue for this little piece. It's almost art what we do here. Okay, let's do the same thing on here. And then my last one is going to be again the pearl gray, or whatever color you are using for the photomats. Cut it down. And this one is ready already. And then I am gonna smooch this nicely. I really like the dark one in it. So I'm just gonna start smooching the edges. You all know this by now, but ink this up a little extra, a little watering. I'm just gonna do this as much as I want. Then the extra ink that's still on it, I'm just gonna smooch that away. Yep, I like that. And then I'm gonna smooch even more. And you can do this as much as you want. I really like this to have this as grungy pushable. Yeah, I like it just a little in the middle. Yeah, cool. Alright! And then I'm just going to glue this down. Let this dry. And then I'm just going to smooch a little bit more on the edges, so they both have a nice crunchy brown vintage look. Alright, what do you think? So it's a little bit sturdy, but not that sturdy. Ariel always can find a nice image, but you have to be in mind. You have to be in mind. Alright, that's not a correct word, but you have to think that this is going to be right here. Cool, but we're going to make a swing tab, so I'm just going to place a round piece in here that goes this way. So if I have an image, I think maybe a butterfly or something, that will hold. Alright, so that's definitely a little spot where I want that little hole. Alright. But just to test things out. See, you can just hold this down and you can swing that. And then this is going to be your first side if you open this out. See? And then you can take this out and you can, yep, I like the idea. Alright, so first I think we first now need to decorate these ones before we even can put the swing tabs in. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see. So I don't want to make any corners because we do need the space. So I'm not gonna do any corners. I'm gonna keep these straight. Alright, let's see how beautiful we can make these booklets. Okay, let's do this together. I really like that we have a nice light background. So I'm just going to use this one. Cut this down. And I do like to have these equal. Go. Yeah, this fits nice. I like it. Alright, and then we go to the bottom, of course. And oh gosh, I love it. And I also love to do leftover pieces. Yeah, I am obsessed with that. I know. I can't help myself. I just love it way too much. So yeah, I am gonna make a nice middle piece. Let me first think of what I want at the bottom. What will fit nicely? Can do this, but pink one. Just gonna go to, yeah, I think this is too much. I don't like it. And I don't want to go to my next, but we also can do a dark one. We did not use this one just yet. Oh, that is also nice. Well, let me just first go to the leftover piece. So just grab your a nice piece. Use a straight piece of paper and just make this the same size that is this, so we can just start on here. Alright, so I am gonna start. I don't know how thick I actually want it, but I just love to do that. So it's always my fault. Sometimes I do complain that it takes ages for I have done one piece of a page from start till end, and it is totally my own fault. I knew that, but I just love it. I love the details. I just like to put some effort in it, because then it just looks all so much better, if I may say so myself. So I am just going to peel these all off, and I'm just gonna apply that with all the leftover pieces that I have. I just love it. See how my dirty fingers stay on this tape. Look how my finger is. Yep, it's what it is. So I'm just gonna grab my leftover pieces. For example, this one is perfect to start with in a corner. Just perfect. And then from here we just continuing everything that we have. There we go. I don't know why that is, but I just love doing this. It is almost crazy to do each time this, but I just love it. I just love it. This is not complete. I have to wait for just a second. Let me place this one down. Now maybe this will fit. No, it's not. Then I'm just going to do this in 2 pieces. This we just need to cut down. I do like to use the same size as the other one. Alright, so now I just gonna cut already some pieces so I can reuse them. And I bet not all of you like to do this, but I do. I definitely do. Am I addicted to it? Nah, that is a big word. That is definitely a big word. That I am addicted to this, but I just love it. I am. This is too small. Just gonna find a piece that I can use. This one would fit nicely. Just gonna cut this down. I think a little bit more. Yep, perfect. Put it on. And I also like to use sometimes pieces of the design paper. Go to bring back the colors. There we go. And then we just go into back this one, and I definitely like to end with the same one. And there we go. Burnish it down, cut it down, and I am definitely gonna use my cutter to cut all the edges even better, but like these little guys, I'm not gonna use that again. These small pieces I'm not, but like these I still can use them for the next time. Just use it all. So I'm gonna cut the edges with my scissors so they are all nice, and that's why I did cut all edges a little tiny bit bigger than my pages. And if you see, I now still can cut a little piece off. Just a tiny little bit. Yep. I'm gonna split this in two, so I have two same ones. Let me do that with this one. How wide is this? This is a 2/1/4. So make this nice equal. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, this is nice. Alright. And then of course, just smooth the edges. Does not have to be that much. That's totally up to you how much you like to smooth things. I do like the grungy thing, but that's up to you. There we go. See how much fun this is? Oh, or a big headache. That can also be that you so much hate, but then just use just a straight piece of paper, of course. Totally up to you. Shall we do this way around? Yeah. There we go. And now we can find a nice bottom piece. But the beauty of this method is that the design paper comes back now more with ease than normally. Okay, I do have a feeling that I want to have my stripe at the bottom. But maybe a dark one would also be amazing. Oh, this one is also nice. Or a dark one. Okay, choices. Choices. God, I love this also. Wait just a second, I'm gonna use this. Alright? Okay. I did make a mistake right here. Because why did I cut this one down? Could have made this and then split that in two. So bad of me. But that was absolutely not necessary. So I'm going to show you a thing that I like to do if I do a very dumb thing. Just glue it back together. I do that sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I also miscut things. And since this paper is very, very dark, it is easy to do. So yep, I also do crazy things sometimes. There we go. Just use a little bit of tape. Now what I actually was planning is to cut this direction instead of the other direction. Stupid of mine. So stupid. Okay, and then I'm gonna split this in two. Then I'm going to split this in two. And then I'm going to smooth the edges. Diane, just talk normal. Sorry guys. Sorry. I always get this, but I'm super excited. Not because I made a mistake. Nope, I showed you sometimes I do just glue it back together. Nobody knows. Alright, and now I am going to put this on top, I guess. Oh, is this totally... I think I cut this not completely straight. But I can solve that. See, we are going to solve another new thing. Nah. This one is straight. I think I miscut this, but no worries, no worries. No worries at all. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place a piece of tape and I'm gonna do that with this one too. Oh yeah, there are always little things to adjust. There we go, and as you can see, I overlapped it. So a little piece on my paper and a half not on my paper. Then I'm just going to grab a ribbon. I think this one would be cool. There we go. Wrap this around. There you go. Make sure that this ribbon knot comes out. So I'm just gonna fold this a little below, okay? And now we just can put this on. Alright, now this one was off, so I'm gonna start with this one. So I'm gonna add glue. how do I know now that the bottom, well, I'm just gonna eyeball that this now is straight. You can grab a ruler with it. 13, 16. Yeah, it is now straight. Then we just need to find a bottom piece under it. Same thing with this one. Add some extra glue on. And I'm only gonna see, just gonna place this together just to see where I need to add this. So I am a little the same with this one. Right? Here we go. Yeah. And now we only need to find a nice little piece at the bottom. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I like this one. But then, how many do I need to cut down? But I didn't like it. It's actually a nice finishing touch. Can't use it for 2. That is a little bit of shame. See how much I have. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's total waste of paper. And I think I'm just gonna do this one. And yes, we do need 2 of these too then, because this one also does not fit. Wait just a second. We also can do this one. It's the same as this. I think that is better. I think that's better. Let's see. And here we go. Then she was quiet, guys. Fully in my own thoughts. There we go. Yay! I like it. I like it a lot. And I think that we just now need to attach this one. And I hope I did it all correctly. Let's hold this down. And then, yep, I think we just can make this happening in the correct spot. Okay guys, let's add a board in here. Now let's see if all my thoughts is gonna be working. You never know with me, of course. And if it's working, I'm definitely gonna place maybe something on the back here, I don't know. But definitely here needs an image, but we are gonna do that later. Now let's see. Let's see if it's worked. If it's working. Gosh, your English is bad. Right. Oh my gosh. The moment of truth. So you open this up and then we have, okay, these flaps, but that is not necessary for now. You put this inside all the way to the bottom. Yeah. All the way to the bottom. Okay. And then you just move this. I like it. Oh my gosh. Yep, I do like it. Yep, and then that is all the closure. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it. Maybe you hate it, but I love it. Okay, leave my leftovers. Oh, leave them right there. So, yep, let's go do some more decoration. Oh, so happy.